Good evening, and welcome to Simple Diversion, where we bring you the simplest diversions of all. Scotch. I'm Graham.
And I'm Rob.
And tonight, we bring you Grangestone 12-year. Dun dun dun! Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Grangestone 12-year.
Yeah.
Single malt.
It is. Single malt.
Scotch.
Yeah.
Maybe not many people know about Grangestone.
I know I don't.
Grangestone is going to be an independent bottler by Total Wine. They use their in-house distributor or operation of Spirits Direct. So there's not a whole lot known about exactly like the company that's making it, but basically it's Total Wine's exclusive or their brand.
I'm sure there's somebody who knows all that information, but it's not very,
But you can't get it anywhere other than Total Wine.
Okay.
So it's their exclusive.
Yeah, I've only seen it at Total Wine, so that makes sense.
It's going to be 80 proof, 40%.
Yep.
They have 12, 15 year, 18 year, and 21 year.
Yeah.
And the 21 year is even in a price range of about, I think it's well under 100 still.
Yeah.
Like
so
80
it's
bucks
great,
maybe.
great if you're on a budget.
Yes.
And I know it's aged in oak casks, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean,
Handcrafted oak cask.
from the Highlands.
Yes, this is going to be a Highland region. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of backstory. I can tell you every time I go into Total Wine, they rave about how great Grangestone is. And
If you like McAllen, you're like Grangestone.
yeah, if you like
try this for
anything
less than
fruity
half
or
the
sherry,
price.
you're going to love this.
Yeah.
And they always have their picture like, what's your favorite Scotch?
Yeah, and it's
they're
always
like, I
great.
stand by this.
Yeah.
Now, I have had this before,
Yeah.
and I will say it's not terrible.
No, it's good, but it's good.
It ranges in price from about $33, $35. We actually found it was on sale for about $28.99. And so I picked it up. I said, well, I don't really want to try it because it almost feels like it's bottom shelf because it is an exclusive and it is so cheap and you don't know anything about the company.
Well, it's almost, I don't want to put down other companies, but it's almost like if you were to go to Walmart and get great value compared to like Nesquik or something. Or
if I'm going to buy a TV, I'm buying a Samsung or an LG. I'm not going to buy Hisense or something like that.
Or what's the Walmart one? I know I'm putting Walmart down. I like Walmart. I go there.
It's somewhat of a traditional bottle. It's kind of got that shorter, wider base to it. But yeah, there's not a whole lot else. I will say that I don't like it that Total Wine pushes it on the customers. Yeah. Like even if it is good for the buy.
It's like as soon as you start looking into the Scotch, you're like, hey, can I help you with anything? It's just, and then all of a sudden, bam. Hey, try this Grangestone.
Yeah, anything you say, unless you're like, I want a peated whiskey. Yeah. Well, then they go to Shield Day.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything you say, they go for those.
So next time when they ask us, we're gonna say, yeah, we've tried it and it sucks. Just kidding.
So if any of you work for Total Wine, I get it. You gotta push the company's, whiskeys, but give us some credit and just.
But we will give you credit too.
Yes.
It is good.
Yes.
Okay.
But how good?
But how good? You'll see.
We'll find out.
I only had a little swallow.
This is what we like to call a wee dram.
A wee dram.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying a wee dram with us. It's Friday night. It's Scotch night. The color it's a medium amber color. Very pleasant, inviting color.
Do you know if it's natural?
I believe it
looks
is.
Natural.
I believe it is, but I can't guarantee that. Definitely some sherry and some fruity notes, some sweet vanilla on the nose.
I do get the sweet vanilla.
The more you go in, the vanilla kind of starts to gain some momentum there. The more you go in, it actually becomes pretty pleasant.
Yeah.
Definitely that fruit,
getting some
the vanilla.
berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too. I like the nose. Shall we dig in?
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. Prost.
Prost. On the forefront, it gets a little syrupy, but nothing like negative about that. Just a little syrupy, but then it quickly goes into, I get vanilla, And some of that sherry and the fruitiness that we were smelling on
you
the
definitely
nose.
get, like the berries and get a hint of spice, and you know the finish is good, but it's not very long.
No, the finish is not gonna. It's not gonna overpower you. It's not gonna last long. There is some of that tingling of the spice though on the finish as well, and that's nice. It's I'm not gonna say it's a complicated drink, but I think if you're a beginner drinker or if you are on a budget, I wouldn't be afraid to take this on and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, because it's in the lines of a Glenmorangie or a Glenlivet or Glenfiddich 12. So I think it fits in pretty good with those, and I think it offers a little bit more as opposed to the Glenfiddich and the Glenlivet. Those, to me, those are just your typical scotches. There's not much that bounces out.
Yeah.
That's this is a little bit more fruity and cherry.
Yeah. To me, Glenlivet and Glenfiddich, they're more of your like, if you haven't had Scotch, no, those are your go-to, like your first to kind of introduce you to the Scotch family.
But I think this is a good bottom shelf whiskey.
Yeah, it's good. Doesn't blow me away, but it's good.
I kind of like the finish.
Yeah, I like the finish. I like the nose.
One thing I've kind of, with reviews on this though, I've seen that it's really hit or miss, so I don't think they're very consistent with the bottlings. I feel some are very bland or have no flavor, and other
really?
ones are really good.
So some bottles will taste different.
Possibly. That's what I'm noticing from reviews. So
I don't know
that's
that.
kind of what I'm guessing is there's not a whole lot of consistency.
So Graham, would you now that you have had the 12, would you try the other ones, or would you buy this again? Like,
I would buy it again, especially now that I'm on a budget myself.
yeah. I
mean,
hear ya.
if you can find it for 28, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than bourbon.
Yeah, it is.
And it is good. It's just not gonna challenge you if you are an experienced drinker, but that's okay.
Would you recommend it to people, not just for those who are on a budget, but for anybody who hasn't tried it or wanting to know more about Scotch or get more into that?
I would. I feel like I would push somebody to try this over Glenlivet, maybe Glenfiddich, because this seems to have more of that sherry and fruity flavors, which, you know, some people when they try Scotch for the first time, they say it just tastes like turpentine or something like that, you know. But this, I don't feel has that.
Tastes like my father says, tastes like a nice fine whiskey was poured through a dirty sock.
Nice.
That's what he doesn't like Scotch. I like Scotch, but yeah, anyways, for me personally, if I was gonna spend $30, I might go toward the Glenmorangie.
Okay. Yeah. And that's got high remarks for the price too.
Yeah.
Probably the best buy.
So that, so I would definitely go to that. That does not mean that I would never buy the Grangestone. But shoot, man, if I was if I had a budget, which I kind of.
If you were under a butt, Rob.
No, but you know, at a budget, I would easily go for the Glenmorangie before the Grangestone. But does not mean that it's bad. So what would you rate it?
Let's see. I think we have 8.5 to 8.9 is good.
Okay.
9.0 to 9.4 is like excellent, and then 9.5 and above is amazing.
Okay.
I would give it an 8.5.
Really?
I think it's good. You know, for what it is, it's not going to compete with Macallan, as Total Wine says. They're like, well, if you like Macallan, just drink this. It's a whole lot cheaper and it's the same thing. It's not. And we're even going to do a blind tasting review coming up with Macallan 12 and Grangestone to see if we can tell the difference.
Okay.
So maybe I'll be wrong, who knows?
Okay.
And then I'll have to eat my words. But from just loving Macallan so much, I don't think it's the same.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
It's good.
It's on the low end of good, worth trying.
Okay.
I'd say, you know, anything under that's average.
Yeah. I'd give it average. I'd give it about a 7, 9, or an 8. To be honest, I just feel like I've had, you know, a lot of different variety of scotches and different types of whiskey that it would not be my go-to. That's the first time in a long time we've had like a huge...
The thing is I gave Monkey Shoulder like an 8.4, 8.5, and I feel like this is better than that.
Okay.
So I guess that's where I'm kind of coming off of. But it's just such a challenging one because, you know, an advanced drinker like ourselves, we could grade it lower for what it is. But for the price point, and if you're a beginner, I mean, it's something that you might really like.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, but then you might grow out of it.
Yeah, and to be honest, I may like this more if I was a beginner and I didn't try so many different, you know, scotches. But comparing it, you shouldn't really compare it, I guess, because if it's what I've said before. If you have a bottle that's a 10 and it's your favorite whiskey ever, does not mean that another whiskey isn't a 10 too. You know, so I guess, you know.
And if I'm comparing it to other top end whiskeys, that grade's gonna go down. But if I'm taking it for what it is, a low shelf, bottom shelf whiskey, I think it's an 8.5. Okay. If I'm comparing it to Lagavulin and all that, I give it maybe what you're talking about, 7.9, 8.0. Okay. It doesn't stand up to those.
But I do give Total Wine a lot of credit.
It is better than I thought.
Yeah.
So I will give them that.
I don't blame them for selling that.
The problem is they push it so much that,
you know, and that
oh, it's just like Macallan. Well, for the price, shit.
It's like buying a car. It's like, no, sir, I want a van, not a Mustang. I'm sorry.
The nosing, I think, is the best part.
The nosing and the finish. I wish the finish lasted longer.
Yes.
The finish I'd actually give like a 9. The nosing I'd give a 9. But everything, everything in between is kind of, it brings it down a little bit. So, but good job. I mean, hey, shit. You okay?
I'm okay.
That could be the end right there.
All right, guys. Have you heard of Grangestone before? Have you tried anything other than the 12-year? Should we even go out there and get the 18 or the 21? Is it worth trying? Let us know, because we don't mind reviewing that either.
Actually, wouldn't mind going out and getting the 21.
All right, guys, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And cue the dogs.
Before we go, we do want to mention that we have set up a Patreon page, Simple Diversion. You can find us right there. Maybe we could put like a little thing down there. I don't know how that works. You do all the editing, so
down there?
Down here somewhere.
Right here?
Yeah, that looks kind of weird, but yeah. We do have a Patreon now if you want to help support us. You know.
Is there a webpage they go to?
Yeah, it's Patreon/simplediversion.com or something like that. I don't know.
Right here.
Yeah, pretty good awards too. If you go to a certain level, we'll give you shout outs. To a certain level, you get some t-shirts that we wore in another video, and some coasters, and
take me out to dinner, you know, whatever.
Yeah, take you out to dinner.
That'd be a prize. They can take me out to dinner.
And our main goal is to continue this community and
and just bring you the best show possible.
Yep, exactly. But we thank you for all that you've done so far. Most importantly, more than anything, please like and subscribe. Anyways, I'm Rob.
Anyway.
Graham.
Anyways.
Let's see you soon.
See you soon, guys.